To be honest, after this experience, I said never again. But now I really want to do another one.
This is like having children, guys. After giving birth, you're like, never again. And then you're like,
Yes.
okay, I think, maybe again.
And you have more experience with the second child.
You know who can talk about that now? Valeria.
You were speaking about children. I was like, when did I manage to have 2 kids?
Did I? Do I have kids?
Second one, it was a different experience. There were things that you couldn't control. For example, we shot in Rome, and we shot on the day where it was the funeral of the Pope.
Oh,
it was the beginning of this year, and so we were shooting outside the first scene, and there were helicopters everywhere, like emergency cars. We couldn't record the sound, like, at all.
Sometimes as an actor, you're not fulfilled because you don't get the roles that you would like to play, or you're not in projects that where you would like to be. And here I could choose on my own what I want to do, and this made me really happy.
And this is why we do it. It lights you up, and all the hard work, it pays off. Normally we start with introducing you, which I will, but I asked you a question before we started recording, and I have to ask you again, because you were sitting here and you were like talking German and English, and all of a sudden you turned around and you were like, and it was like French. It was like, I can only say one sentence, like, avec moi ce soir. I'm not going to say the other thing. And so I asked you, I was like, wait, you are in Austria. Why are you speaking French? Tell me.
I was speaking French to my boyfriend, who is French, and we live together in Vienna since, in Austria. We live since 2018.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, that's the reason.
That's nice. Everyone's dream.
That's why my English is so bad. Sometimes I think I speak English like a French, but yeah. You cannot do everything.
That's a good excuse.
Alice Schneider, or Alice Schneider. I'm going to introduce you. You are brilliant, very, very talented actress. I had the pleasure to work with you, which was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
We were being crazy.
The same for me.
And you're also a filmmaker. And that means actress turned filmmaker. Well, we can be both, right? So you have shot your own film, which we're going to talk about it later on, and we're very excited about that. That's an interesting thing. But I would love to start from the beginning and ask you, where did this love for art start? Because I know you started as a ballet dancer. I think that was the first introduction to arts. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. Yes. At the age of 10, when you go to the gymnasium in Austria. No, in fact, it's not true. I already started at 4. No, but this was not a professional ballet school. But at the age of 10, I started in the conservatory in Austria. And I went to the, everyday ballet school, classical ballet, and also jazz, and also some kind of traditional dance. And this was beside my normal education, school education, which was a little bit tricky because now it's different. Now the ballet dancer, the professional ballet dancer have also their school education is adapted to the dance. So they change the dance in the morning, and in the afternoon they go to the school. And me, I was going to the school in the morning, and I was going to the ballet school in the afternoon, which is, I think a different life and a different focus. But that when I was younger, when I was 10, you didn't have this possibility. So
and why do you think it's better the other way around?
I think they have more focus on their art life than we have, because I was in a normal school. I was quite a strange person because I was going to the ballet school in the afternoon. Even when you were 15 or 16, then maybe the other went to have some drinks in bars, and I went to ballet school. I don't want to complain, but it's just a different life.
Yes.
And as I was in a very strict school, you know, I was in a private school with the people from very high class people, because my mother wanted that her children get into nice surroundings, even though we were not rich. But she thought that, okay, the people from a higher class are maybe more interesting or more cultured, and even though we were not rich, but we for me this afternoons were a kind of escape from this higher class life, which was not my life, because I didn't come from this kind of family.
You also shared with us privately that this dance school, and maybe that's why you feel that it would have been better for you the other way around. It kind of helped you survive through school because you didn't feel like you probably belonged there.
Yes,
You
exactly.
felt
Yeah.
like a weird one out. So can you tell us a little bit about it? How did ballet help you there?
Yes, I felt like, yes, as you said, I felt like a kind of outsider, but I don't want to complain too much, but it was the truth. And so going in the afternoon and to, yes, express by dancing, it was, this was, I think that's how I survived this other, that's how I got a balance for myself.
Was it the art itself or the people? Because I'm curious because I have a different experience. I also danced since I was, I think, 6 years old. It was a contemporary jazz, modern dance.
Wow.
But it wasn't my idea. It was my mother's dream, and she kind of pushed me through all, 12 years of it. And somehow I didn't feel like I felt like a weird one at school. And also at my dance school. So it wasn't, I didn't connect to both the groups, but it was mainly because of the people. Was it the art for you, or did you find the contact with the people at the dance school better? Or both?
It's a very good question. Because in the ballet school, I was also somebody strange, because they thought I was from this higher class people, which was not the case. But I think it's really the art and the music and making movements and caring about how to move. And this is, even though I was not very, I was thin, so this was really a big advantage, because every week we had to wait.
Oh my God.
We had to be weighted.
Right.
I don't know if my English is right.
It's perfect.
Okay. And but this was not, for this I never had a problem. But I didn't do anything for it. I at this age I could eat chocolates and chocolates and
genetics.
yes, it was a present that I got, a gift that I got. But I was not. I didn't have. When you have to know, when you're a ballet dancer, you need a pied. Pied is French. You need a feet like this, with this coup de pied in French, and you need to be very flexible. And for both things, that's not my case. I don't have this coup de pied, and I don't have this flexibility. So this was a kind of suffer, because I also thought that I'm somebody. Yeah, I'm not perfect, or I'm not the way I should be. But on the other hand, yes, the movements made me happy. This was through the movements. But afterwards, when I finished this classical ballet formation, I made, like you, a contemporary jazz formation in Paris. This was the first time I went to Paris, and this made me much even more happy, because then the movements were not fulfilling the perfect pose. They were more much more
Fluid.
and interesting also, and modern.
And I
Yeah.
know that you have this deep love for Paris, as we know. You know. And you go there, as you said, when you're, I think, 17 after school.
Yes,
Was it? It was
directly.
okay, directly. Why? Like when you're so young, was it clear from the beginning on Paris? Because you then move on also later. You come then back, and then years later you go back and live there for 10 years. What made you like? Why Paris in the beginning, and then where? Like, was there a difference for you artistically, being so young there, and then later on in life?
So many good questions. Why Paris? Why? Because sometimes I don't remember how did I get to know, because there was one teacher, as I told you last time, is Raza Hamadi, and he has a company. Their name is Ballet Jazz Art. And they I think I discovered them on purpose, and I went. Where did I go to Paris?
I'll tell you, because you know why I'm asking this also is like my story. You know that I'm from Iceland, and I am now in
Yes.
Austria. And the reason why I ended up in Austria is because I love skiing.
Yes.
I love the mountains. I was with my grandparents skiing when I was like 12, and then I think 14, 15 in Austria. So when I turned 17, about same age as you, I was like, I want to go somewhere abroad. And I was like, skiing, Austria. That's how I ended up here.
I think it was also because of this cliche of dancing in Paris, because in Austria they had no modern formations at all. There was nothing. Now they have so many places, and at this time they had nothing. They had Impulstanz, maybe already, and this formation in the summertime. But I don't think. I think it's because of this cliche, and my French was not. I sometimes I ask myself, how did I express myself, because I had French as my first language in the gymnasium, but I was very bad. My French was really not good. So I'm surprised by myself how it worked, but it worked. But I remember that I directly find this Le Ballet Jazz Art style, and this was really fulfilled my heart by this beauty of these movements. Even though it was a quite hard place for dancers, because the director of this company, every day he could tell you that he wants you in his company. Every day. There was no auditions. The audition, every class was under a permanent audition.
Every
So this is
single
also-
day. Every single day,
day.
he could just walk
Yes.
and say, no.
Yes. And sometimes he picked some girls, and and also it was we have to come back to him afterwards,
Please do.
when I tell you about my film, because at this time I was very shy, more shy than today. 'Cause I'm still shy, and I think that's also the reason why it didn't work out. Because for this kind of movement and this kind of style, you need a kind of liberty in your own, and I didn't have it at this time. I think today, if I would go there today, it would be more possible, but I'm older now.
You would be like,
And-
you're going to kick me out? No, I'm kicking you out.
No, it's more about the movements,
I
you know,
know.
more about the and what do I want to say? Yes, every day I wanted, or I wished that he tell me that c'est de la merde, it's shit what I'm doing, because this meant that he is looking at me. He never said some positive things, because this is his kind of motivation. He looks,
Nice.
when he look, you wish that somebody tells you that it's like, it's not so good work. That means that he's interested in your work.
I had a teacher
So,
exactly like that. She also beaten us. So
yeah, this is maybe old school, but
exactly.
A little bit.
but now he is teaching in conservatory, and I'm very happy that his company is more is more famous, and I still love this style very very much. But I think I was not mature enough at this time. Also from my being, because my parents didn't want me to go to Paris. My parents didn't. They sent me letters. Come back. What are you doing there? You have a home, and so yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And the difference then for you, like as a grown up, then going back,
To Paris.
yeah, and staying there 10 years
Ah,
artistically.
no. I think, yeah, Paris is, maybe France, not only Paris. I only know Paris, but France has such a cultural impact that is really very, very impressive. But my French boyfriend, already yesterday he told me, yeah, but all the people who succeeded in France are not French. All the singers are not French. They're most of them, the big stars, are not French. You know, that's also interesting. But there are so many people from so many different cultures in such a small place, because Paris is 4 times smaller than Vienna, for example. So, but it's very dense. So, yeah. It's a place since years, culture, since many many years, or many many times, that it has a culture.
It's interesting that in Paris, both, as you also said, the beauty and the ugliness manage to coexist, and also in everyday life. And I think
Yes,
what Eva was getting at, I think that you moved there at 17. Maybe you've noticed only the beautiful things,
yes,
and then as a more mature person, because Paris essentially inspired you to write your own movie, and we're gonna speak about that. But what was this contrast? Were you able to notice something about like the ordinary life, and when you moved the second time, or was it always clear to you that it's not only the beauty but also there is the other part of it? Because my experience with Paris, I was there once, I think for one day. I then just moved around like Europe during the summer, and I was shocked because you walked the main streets and they're all like polished, beautiful, just straight from the movies, and then you turn around the corner and it's a completely different story. And it's so close together that I don't think I have this experience with any city in the world. It's almost like, the center and then the suburban areas. But in Paris, everything is just, it's like the next street. That
yes,
is, yeah.
So interesting you're
yeah.
saying that, Valeria, because I was in Paris myself then, but I was way younger, and I have no idea. I don't remember any of that. I was so mesmerized that I just walked around and I was like, oh, I know nothing of that. I didn't even see that. So it's interesting. How did you experience that, the difference?
Of course, my view changed with the years, because when I came there, okay, the first time I went there, it was really because I think because of this dance style. I didn't go to the Eiffel Tower, or maybe yes, okay, but this was not. And I was living as a kind of I was so pure, I was so young, I was never going out, I was never drinking, I was never going to bars or something like this and but today I regret a little bit, because people told me that these were the best years in Paris, because in Paris the 80s were really so creative in music style, in dance style, in these were the best years for Paris. It changed. Paris changed a lot, and many artists now go away because it's so expensive and you cannot live there anymore as an artist. It's much too much expensive. So many artists go away. But in the 80s, it was still possible to have even if it was a small apartment, but you could afford it. And today you cannot afford it anymore. It's a little bit, it's a pity. For myself, yes. So as my during my first day when I was 17 until I think 23 or 22, something like this. Then I didn't realize all this stuff behind. I was so concentrated on my dance class formation, and in the afternoon I was a kind of au pair. I prepared some food for a German boy, and I'm still in contact with him.
Oh.
And his mother engaged me because she was German. She wanted that I speak German to her child. But yes, when I went back the second time, 10, 13 years later, it was different. Then I saw the bars. Then I saw in fact, that's the reason why I stayed again. I just went there to make some holidays. And I already had a music project in Vienna. And I wrote my lyrics in French because it sounds more beautiful to my ear, the French lyrics. And that's why I went there, and I went to a bar, and there was live music, and this atmosphere was exactly the thing I was looking for. It fulfilled me really with such a pleasure. I was so happy to see this, to feel this place where the people were talking, but they were also listening, and then they were singing with them, and this was really amazing for me. And I wanted to stay maybe 10 days, but during this day I called my mother, and I said to her that I will stay again. And she was, what? It's full. But then, okay, I didn't know that I will stay for 10 or 11 years, but in fact, I stayed for 10 or 11 years. Yes, 11 years.
Wow. You really were just on holiday?
Yes.
And 10 days, and then you were like, I'm going to stay?
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. It's crazy. Sometimes I think it was really not very... I always forget this word. Unvernünftig.
Okay.
It was not very...
It wasn't very smart, you think that?
No, you followed your instinct, though.
Yes.
But may I ask you, I mean, we weren't gonna go there, but I really want to know, how did you make that happen, that you are on vacation and then you just stay in the country?
By, asking people, can I stay with you? Asking, I don't know, one thing gave the other thing. It was like this. It was really,
Very inspiring.
It was
very inspiring.
But I had, at this moment, I still had one play in Vienna as a comedian. And this was great because I earned money with this play. And then I came back because we didn't play every day. We played, sometimes and periodically. And so for me, it was possible because I had a little money to pay my rent, and so one thing gave the other thing. And I remember because I didn't have insurance, and I remember this moment because this is a problem, because when you live somewhere you need an insurance. And I met some of my friends from Austria who also lived in France, in Paris. And I met him. I was on the bike and said, nice to meet you. And that we spoke very short time. And I asked him, what are you doing for your insurance? And he told me, I'm a teacher, but not a real teacher, assistant in a school. And that's how he got his insurance. And then I got this job too. So for many years I had this insurance, and this job was not very difficult because you had the German has to be your native language. And then, you talk to the students at school, which can be quite funny. And then I had my insurance. So one thing gave the other thing. This is really...
Love it. Taking the steps. I love it.
Thank you so much. But you have, for sure, you have lived the same, no?
Me?
With your story, yes.
Girl, I went to every country, stayed there forever. No, I'm joking. 10 years. I was traveling and then I was like, I'm going to stay here.
101 years
and
old.
I stayed there. No. I've never done that. I did go to the countries and knowing that I would stay longer. Like if I went to a country, I knew I was going to stay longer. So what you did sounds really, I don't know, like cool and funky and bohemian and like I'm on a travel, like on a vacation, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna stay here. Like I think that's pretty cool.
It's very artistic.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. Though, I mean, I don't want to highlight, but you mentioned it yourself that in Paris everything coexists. So, and that basically gave you the inspiration for your movie. So,
yeah, that's true. We didn't talk about this until now. Yeah, when you live longer in a city like Paris, you also see the other side because the suburbs, for example, at the beginning, I never went to the suburbs. I was afraid, and there was no reason to go there. But when you live there, then you get to know, of course, also these places. But even in the center, as you mentioned it, there are still bars where you have like 3 meters from your table where you maybe have a drink or a coffee, you have families sleeping on the heating of the metro. And you have so many homeless people. And okay, now Vienna also changed. You see also more homeless people than at this time. But in Paris, when I was there from 2007 until 2018. From the beginning, there were so many people sleeping on the street. And this was, very difficult to handle because you have there is one day when you have to behave like the others. You go to your work or you go and make some shopping. Maybe you need food or something like this, and you see these people, and at the beginning you look at them for sure in a different way than if you see them every day. But on the other hand, it never really changed, and that's why I made my film, because I was finally had one very small apartment, 20 square meters for 850 euros. But I was so happy to have this place because it was in my favorite neighborhood. I tell it to you. It's close to Marché d'Aligre. It's close to a very small and very beautiful old market. And and there is a place, and I exactly remember the place, under a pont, Brücke, under a bridge, yes. There were always these tents. And sometimes I saw people sleeping there, sometimes I didn't. And every time I went there to go home, I asked myself, okay, sometimes I gave some money, sometimes I didn't. And then it really struggled me to, maybe it sounds very kitsch, but I also ask myself, why don't you take this person at home? Why? On the other hand, then you start to think and you say, okay, when this person would come in my place, how could I really talk to him? How could I help him? How, or her? It's also women on the street. And there, yeah. In fact, I didn't do it because I didn't know how to do it and how to handle it, and yes, that's why I made my film, because it's until now I have no answer how to behave correctly with this situation. And in Paris, you have this situation, I don't know, 20 times a day.
You know what you're talking about is, I understand, I can feel your pain. I can feel that it hurts you that you like didn't save everyone. But I was listening to this amazing coach, Joe Hudson, and what he is saying is that we can only help people if we, you know, if it's, you just don't give them or save them, but it's a win-win, as in helping them build something new, you know, helping them taking their life into their hands. And that needs, I mean, of course, I know you wouldn't walk away if they needed, you know, something to drink or something like that. But at the same time, you can't save them all on your own.
No, and it's ridiculous when I'm talking like this. You know, it's ridiculous because I don't do it. So if I have this real issue, why don't I change my profession? Why don't I get the social aid? You know, why?
But what you did is, and that's what we, of course, are talking about now, is your beautiful film. You made it into a film.
Yes.
And
yeah,
which, when I watched it, it made me look at things also differently on my end. Like, you know, like, okay, can I do something different about this? Where am I in my life? Do I want to just walk by? Do I want to give them something to eat? Like, how do I do that? And I realized for me, what I started doing is, I did it before too, but your film just reminded me of it again, is that I wasn't giving them money, because I could see when I gave them money, they ran and got some alcohol or bought cigarettes and stuff. But what I did is that I bought food, or I give them food.
Yeah.
Or I really
I
give them
also
something to drink.
do this sometimes. Yeah.
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 So, and you, when you're doing your film, tell me the name. You have to pronounce the name. It's so beautiful.
It's nu.
Nu.
Nu means naked.
Ooh, nu. I say ooh, but the film is not ooh. It's it's heartbreaking, and yeah, it's really well done, I have to say.
Thank you so much.
You wanted, I know you've written your own lyrics, like as a musician, and this film you co-wrote, and you talked about that you wanted the character to be likable, which we as actors have this thing sometimes that we're like, no, I want my character to be likable. Like, we think that's the way to reach people sometimes. Can you tell us about that process?
Yes, I co-wrote the script with Philippe Riera. He's a French person too. He's living in Vienna, and he's the director of Bears in the Park. This is a performance, a place where a performer can get the possibility to train themselves, or to do some formations, and to have place to make rehearsals. And this is a new place, and I wanted to mention it because I think it's really great for Vienna to have this now. And I met Philippe after my stay in Paris, and he was also, yeah, I think as he's the director of this performance area, he asked me the right questions. He was the only person who asked me the right questions about this idea to make a film about this subject or topic. And can you help me when what did we want to say now?
About the character, we were talking about, like, we wanted
yes, and he Philip, because, okay, first of all, I wanted to show my own view and what I was living. And he said, no, if you take yourself, then the the public will be, it's too easy. It's too easy to take a kind of a kind of artist or kind of people who don't earn a lot of money and who afterwards is living what this character is living in the film. It's too easy. It's much more interesting when you take a person that you maybe don't like then and to see her issues, because everybody has issues. And if you take people like us, who are a kind of social and who, yes, I think we are all rather social thinking people, then it's so easy to tell the story. But it's much more interesting when you show it from a person who thinks that she's a social person, but she's not really, and she's also kind of selfish, but she has also issues, and this is much more interesting. And this was Philippe's idea, and I remember that I struggled at the beginning. And even I showed this film to my niece afterwards, and she was disappointed. She said she said to me, "No, I don't like this person that you are playing." And I said, "Yeah, that's true. That's good.
That's the point."
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What did it teach you about the character? Like, I think what he was saying essentially is that it's very easy to make a likable person.
Yeah.
And it's also then it's easier in a way because everyone is gonna relate. But what's the message there?
Yes.
Right? So you're trying to to show the realities of the daily life in Paris, which is can be, very, very different for different people.
I think.
So what did it teach you about?
I already wanted to mention another film that was so impressive for me. It's Dogville from Lars von Trier, because then you have you know this film maybe.
Yes, I do.
You have
Yes.
and you have this person, and she thinks that she can help everybody, and she helps everybody, and at the end she's held like a dog. And then her father comes to her, and this is such a good message for me. He said that she's arrogant by thinking that she can help everybody, and by thinking that only poor people are good people. And this is such a good message. You have in poor people and in rich people both. You have in both you have people who are social and not social. In both. It doesn't mean when you're poor, it doesn't mean that you are a better person, better character. You're more kind of better person than when you're rich. You have rich people who are good people, and you have also you have both.
So true.
And this is
so
a kind of a message.
I think sometimes it can even coexist within one person.
Yeah,
On
also
different days,
yes.
You can be this
Yes.
or that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's also with this inner wish to help everyone. I think there is a little bit of ego there as well.
Yes. But
And
that's why
Yeah, even with what Eva mentioned, because I was so sad also on this idea. I was like that living in Manchester in 2017. They had insane crisis with homeless people. You couldn't walk anywhere, even central streets, without seeing them. And of course, at first, you're shocked that there are so many of them, and you want to help and to do something. And I was at this point thinking that exactly I'm going to go and buy them food and, maybe warm clothes or something like that. Because I was okay, I'm going to give them money and they're going to go, God knows, buy alcohol, drugs, whatever. And then I had a conversation with one who was actually just nearly homeless, not nearly, freshly homeless. He just lost his apartment and job, and he couldn't, And he was a bit tipsy at this point, drunk, and he was telling me who you are, who are you to decide who I need, what I need and what I don't need. Like if I want alcohol, if you want alcohol, you go and buy it, right? Why are you deciding? And it just shifted my perspective. It's like I'm really kind of like try to be someone who is more, you know, mature, or like deciding for him just because he's living on the streets that he cannot make up his mind what he needs in his life.
Yes.
And that was just like, wow, that was eye-opening experience. Sorry, that was on a different note, but what I wanted to ask you about...
That's very
you shot
important.
this-
That's a very
important,
one, yeah.
really.
Yeah, about making your film, because you also made it on a very tight budget, right?
Yes.
How did you manage? It's very inspiring.
It is because you co-write it, you're the main leading actress, and you produced it.
Yeah, it's really by with the help from friends.
Beautiful.
It's a friend work. It's really one of my best friends is DOP, and so this was a very big help, because I'm very I'm exigeante. For me, the look is very important. It
Okay.
is. I cannot. I'm like this. The look is very important for me, and we adore what she's doing. Her name is Judith Stelig, and she comes from the photography, and she's also a DOP, and I love her work, and it's so great that she helped me, and she brought Thomas Bischoff, who is a young producer, so he produced it with us. So we created a collective, and the name of the collective is L'Autrichien. This is a kind of joke, because L'Autrichien means Austrian and L'Autrichien means the other dog. So there's just one Buchstabe, one letter is different, yeah. And then of course there are some people you have to pay, but this film could never have been made without the help, the solidarity, and we had really just one night.
One night to
And-
shoot it?
Yes,
Wow.
half a night, but there were 12 people. Imagine because you need these 12 people. It doesn't matter if it takes 1 night or 2 nights or 1 hour. You need these 12 people, and yeah, some parts I had to pay, but other ones I didn't have to pay. And also, what is very important is always the catering. So I really tried to make a very good catering,
food.
and good food, and to thank everybody, and also to mention everybody when you make postings. This is also very important for me, and yeah.
And the credits. And
Yeah.
so how was the production? Like one, I did not know. I did not, when I watched the film, that it was one night. That's crazy,
Yeah.
girl. Gee, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's so nice. Thank you.
How did you make, because you're on very low budget. This is something you
Yes.
paid out of your own pocket that I know
Yes.
of. And I know you didn't have all the equipment you would have loved to have, or the lights and everything. You also told us that you worked, you had scenes where you just lit it with flashlight, like a normal flashlight.
Yes.
Tell us about
Yes.
that. Because for me, it looked like, it's meant to be. Like, this is what you wanted from the beginning on.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a kind of secret.
Oh.
Because now we say, of course, it was wanted.
Yeah.
But in fact, we didn't have because when you have somebody who is doing the éclairage, the lights, you need,
Gaffer?
sorry?
Gaffer, yeah.
Yes. So yeah. Then you need a person and you need the lights. So, and this is another, this costs more money. And this was the idea of Judith to take, but we did it in one night, but I rehearsed with Philippe on my playing. I even took some English classes because for my English, and then it was a kind of we didn't have the choice for the lights, but I think now it's as if it has to be like this. Even maybe if we had the money for the lights, maybe we would have decided to do it like this, because it makes also a style. It makes it more strange and
it's visually very interesting. Exactly what you like, the visual effect. Like, it's visually very interesting.
Yes. And it was also quite difficult, because when you have this person who is lighting me and you have the camera, so this person always has to hide, and sometimes you saw this person, because it was quite a choreography that we had to do. This was
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There is something about like those budget constraints that push you
Yes.
creatively, let's say, and also time constraints within one night. Then you had to make choices. There wasn't the time to think.
Exactly. In German, you say Not macht erfinderisch. Yeah.
Where can we see the film? Is it still in the film festivals, or is it online?
It was on some film festivals, and I think you told me that I should. I have one recommendation to do, because as I am a new or fresh filmmaker, I didn't know that that it's quite expensive to send a film to film festivals. The distribution is you have to think about it. And I made a big research about how I can make the distribution, and I discovered a Spanish company. Their name is PromoFest, and they do a great work. They adapt your budget, and they send it, as I was a low budget film, they send it to festivals, and they have an amazing list of festivals. They know so many festivals where your film can get a value, even though it's maybe a self-produced film. And they discovered the premiere in Austria. We made a very nice film festival in Lenzing in Austria, and we had this premiere there, and it was great. I didn't know about this festival. It's a nice festival. And I can really recommend to work with these people, PromoFest. They're great and not expensive. Really cool. And they know many festivals for each range, I think.
Love it.
Now they have to sponsor us.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Like that. Hilarious.
Because of course you could do it on your own with Film Freeway, but you need so many experiences. You need so much time, and there's so much choice, and they know it. And to do it for you.
And they can keep it. It sounds like they were able, like you said, this is the budget that I have for it. And they were then able inside the budget to say, okay, you know what, we're going to get your film out there. That sounds amazing.
Yes. Yeah. They're great.
Oh.
Yeah, festival journey can, take you ages.
Yes.
We, in fact, if you ever just figured everything by ourselves.
Hours
and now the film is the film, I wanted to show it one last time in Vienna, but it's too close to Christmas. All the theaters are full already, but maybe at the beginning of next year there will be one last screening, and then I will give it for free on internet. Yeah. Right now you can only see the trailer.
Got it. Please give us a link to the trailer, obviously, and we will have it in the show notes, you guys, so you can see it. It's impressive what you've done there. One night.
Thank you so much.
One night. Are you kidding me?
One night, but 2 years of preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah, until yes, we are one of the Corona projects. I wrote it with Philip during the Corona when we had time. Yes.
Are you
Yes.
gonna do something like this again? Independent filmmaking.
Good question.
Yeah. It's a question.
It is a
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
She really means it.
To be honest, after this experience, I said never again. But now I really want to do another one. But I need, the most important for me is the topic. I don't want to do a film just to do a film. Because I don't see myself as a real filmmaker. I'm more a comedian or an actor or actress. But I love doing creating something, but it has to have a reason, a real inner reason.
So do you have any projects now planned in the future, or are you now more acting in other projects and films and theater? Because I know you do theater also.
Yes, I did. Last year I did a lot of theater, and there's one solo play that I wanna play again next year. The name is Leb wohl Bohème. I have also one project with 3 musicians about Ingeborg Bachmann, the Austrian writer. And yeah, if nothing comes from outside concerning the work in film, I will do it on my own. Or maybe I do both. I would also, if I get some offer from outside, of course, I would love to do it. But it's just a question about the topic and time and money. But as I have now one film that we did together, but on my own, I can maybe ask for some money from the state, because now I have one reference. Yes, I will see, because this is also quite difficult.
And would you then wear all the hats again? Like you were wearing a lot of hats.
Good question. There are some people I really want to work with again, of course. But I think, no, it depends on the topic.
Okay, so it depends on the topic if you will be then the leading actor, the producer,
Yes.
the writer. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
You're like,
Who knew that it can be a drug, right? You say never again, and then off you go.
Yeah. Because
doing the same thing.
You know why? I know why. Because it made me really happy. Because sometimes as an actor, you're not fulfilled because you don't get the roles that you would like to play, or you're not in projects where you would like to be, and here I could choose on my own what I want to do, and this made me really happy to have something that that is the topic is still talking to me. I still have, in fact, the film is a question, and I still have this question. So it's so it's about something that I'm really interested in.
and this is why we do it. It's exactly that. It is. It does enlighten. It's just, it lights you up, and all the hard work. It just, I don't know. It pays off, and then you have something to show, and you're proud of it. It's your baby. This is like having children, guys.
It is.
After giving birth, you're like, never again, and then you're like,
Yes.
okay, I think, maybe again.
Yeah. And you have more experience with the second child.
Yeah, but it's again different. And that's, I think, the
Yeah.
same with films, to be honest.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
do think so. I
Yes.
think you're like,
Yeah.
and you know who can talk about that now? Valeria. Because she has now done 2. The one is now in post-production, the second one. Do tell us. Is it...
I was thinking you were speaking about children. I was like, when did I manage to have 2 kids?
You're like, did I? Do I have kids? Wait, what?
It was interesting because the first time around I worked with Eva, and she was my, my soul artist, and it was a beautiful and a very intimate experience. We were still getting to know each other, and she fully trusted me. I found in her my musa, we say, like someone who inspired you, and she was exactly the person I needed for this role. And so it was very different because the second time around I have like more people. It was a different film. It wasn't that intimate setting. It wasn't that, it was emotional, but in a different way. And so I think this analogy with children is, I mean, I don't know my own life.
I can help you.
I think it's an analogy that keeps on, like a gift that keeps on giving, because with the second one, it was a different experience. There were things that you couldn't control. For example, we shot in Rome, and we shot on a day where it was the funeral of the Pope.
Oh,
It was the beginning of this year, and so we were shooting outside the first scene, and there were helicopters everywhere, like emergency cars. We couldn't record the sound for like at all because they were like 24/7, and there were issues otherwise that I, like the first film wouldn't be able to prep me. So I guess you learn by doing, and you do more.
And we still do it.
And each time, yes.
We still do it. Alice,
Still do.
thank you so much for your precious time. I
Thank you
want
so much.
everyone to see your film. It was
That's so nice.
it was really good. I liked it. I loved it was just this, it provoked in me then this questions where I was like, am I there? Am I that? What am I? Who am I? Who do I want to be? Well done. Congratulations. And
It's a very, very big compliment. Thank you so much.
yeah,
Thank you.
and thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I would say thank you. And I also love this as an actor, and as you're talking, I wasn't creative, to take it into your own hands and create the roles and the material you want to portray, you want to, give birth to. So congratulations on that, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's really
Thank you so much.
a pleasure. Thank you. All the best to you.